So I received a request for a craft room tour from Ginny on YouTube. It was one of my podmail questions, so I thought I'd do a little separate video to talk about the craft room and give you a little tour here. So here I am inside. It's not a massive room, so I'm standing against the shelves at the moment to give you a view of the other end. As you can see, I've got little Stanley come to join me today, and he's making himself at home on my chair. So that's my chair where I sit and do some crochet or knitting, sampling and such likes. Well, that's the idea at least. To be honest, I barely ever sit there, but it is nice first thing in the morning. The sun comes in through the window there, so it can be quite a nice little place to perch and catch the first few rays of sun when I do get the chance. And I've got my little cushion here, which is I made using my Painted Roses flower design. And this is my Dolly Mixtures blanket, which is sort of Kidston-ish colours. And that's my clamshell blanket. Which are just sort of sitting there because I haven't got anywhere else to go really. Just a little lamp. Again, it's supposed to sort of light up when I need any extra light when I'm doing my crochet in that seat, but I think I've used that about twice ever. Got some nice fairy lights and my is it cotton and cable? Cotton and cable ball lights. And oh, this one is a picture I've got framed of a cross stitch that I did one time. It's the first and only time I've ever done counted cross stitch so far. It took me ages. It's cool though. Worth framing. So I've got little sideboard thingy here with storage in. So there's a bit of yarn down there, as you can see, and some fabric and things. Got some Stylecraft, Bambino and Bellissima in that one. This one's some cotton. That's mostly Cascade. I was going to say Pima Ultrafine, but I'm not sure it is. Maybe just Cascade cotton or not. I don't know. And down here I've got some Debbie Bliss leftovers that I need to find something to use those up on. Baby Cashmerino. Then up the top here, just got some knacky bits. Some washi tapes. This is just a bowl with oddments in that I don't really know where to put somewhere. Where else to put them? And then I've got a jar that says buttons. I don't think there's buttons in it. No, there's absolutely nothing in it. How marvellous. I've got a spare jar, and this has just got, I think it's got little bits of ribbon in it. I'm not going to be able to get it off with one hand, so we'll never know. Yep, little ribbony offcuts. Then over here, these are my shade cards. So these are my Stylecraft Special DK shade cards. I've also got some of the Batik DK ones in here as well. Like this one. Because they have got a tiny bit of wool content, but they're mostly acrylic, so they can mix in quite nicely with the Special DK. And these ones on top, this is all Special DK underneath as well, but these ones on top are the Bambino and Bellissima colours. I just find these, they're really handy to have on the shade cards for designing and sort of, you know, sorting out colour palettes and arranging orders for colours and things. So these I've built up a whole load of these just with all the different colours I tried, and then as Stylecraft have brought out more now that I'm blog star and they generally send us any new colours, I just get to top it up, so that's quite nice. Then I've just got a little pot with minis in here, just a collection of various little mini skeins, and these are just sort of sitting here. I don't know why really. These are the socks I've knit so far this year. I tend to just sort of knit them and leave them on the side, because I start each sort of year, you know, fresh in January. I knit it, pop it on the side, and then within a few months I'm generally not wearing my woolly socks anymore. So they generally collect up over the summer, and then I think, well, I may as well wait till the end of the year now, and then I kind of gift them to myself at Christmas and start wearing them then. So that's those ones sitting there. Now I've got my little letterboard. These are, oh, this is an apron. It's a Cath Kidston apron. But look, how appropriate is that? I wanted to chop this up and make it into sort of like a project bag or something. And I've got some bits there that are for a giveaway that I need to sort out. My old vintagey knitting needles. They just remind me of my nan, basically, and knitting when I was a kid. This is the sort of thing we'd be given to knit on, these sort of plasticky things. And I always used to like to pick the ones with the sort of different coloured bobbly ends. I don't know why, it just pleased me. Another little basket here with minis in, and my, oh, I can't remember what it was called. My Good Intentions hoop, that's it. My embroidered Good Intentions hoop that was joining in with Chrissy's Crafts, held that. A Good Intentions sew along last year maybe even the year before. Here's my desk. This is where I spend most of my weekdays, most of my time. Yeah, I've tidied up in here for you. So as you see, at the moment the desk is quite clear. Just got my radio up there, some mitts that seem to stay up here, but it's quite handy because if it is ever nippy I can just pop those on. Patterns that I'm working on and stuff. So that's that. Oh, and I've also got down here, oh, there's my sock blockers hanging up with other socks I have made this year just hanging up. As you see, I'll just leave them around, and then when I want to use the sock blockers I pull them off and stick them in a pile over there, and they tend to build up. This is my little mini makeshift, oh, the rubbish bin, you don't want to see that. My makeshift ironing board, which was just a breadboard that I covered with ironing, you know, that sort of silvery ironing material, and then some nicer material over the top and a bit of wadding. And yeah, that just doubles up as my little makeshift ironing board, but it's handy just for if I piece a few bits together. Sorry, I'm wobbling. This is my little sewing table. I did have it the other way round. This used to be my computer table. I just perched my laptop on here and I had the big desk as my sewing table. But I just found I spent so much time at the computer that I was sitting here sort of facing the wall, or a shawl. And I thought I may as well be, sorry to spin you round, I thought I may as well at least be looking out and have the view of the garden and the light. It's a nicer place to sit. Yes, so I've got my little pom-pom garland there, and fairy lights, and then my shelves. So this is the other end, we're right up the other end now. And the shelves, which as you can see, lots of lovely yarn everywhere. My little cacti that I made using Emma Barnum's book. This rabbit is from Emma Barnum's book as well. That's her cute crocheted animals, and this is her, I think it's just called crocheted succulents. Yeah, so lots of yarn. I've got it arranged in colour order at the moment because I just decided I would. I've got some books here. These are all knitting and crochet ones. And these are the sort of more sewing ones. And then just various, oh, these are sort of leftovers or wound up bits that I decided not to use or have used and have just got a big chunk left over. So they're sitting in there. And then I've got lots of boxes of bits. These, I'm not quite sure what's in most of these, beads and just a few oddments. And then these two have all got buttons and things in. I've sorted them into like different colours in jars. I've got a load of random buttons that don't go with anything else. So they're just sorted into colours. This is my little cherry heart logo that Chrissy from Chrissy's Crafts made me. And then let's move these shawls out of the way. They're just hanging, waiting for things to happen to them. So I've got just different fabric really. This is heavier weight, sort of corduroy and denim and thicker canvas fabric in there. And this is more yarn, but these ones I've got 2 or more of. So I've kept those separate. And these are some reclaimed fabrics. So if I have, oh sorry, let's actually show you. So if I have, you know, dresses or skirts or anything that I really like, when I don't wear them anymore, I kind of steal the fabric so I can use it in other things. Useful I've got on here. Oh yeah, so that's like interfacing and elastic and utility bits and bobs like that. And then this is the rest of the fabric stash in these ones down here. So these are all my sort of quilting cotton selections, again in colour order, because that's the way I roll. Also, I mean it looks nice, but also it just does make it easier to find things. That's the blues. I've got here a bit of a mishmash. Oh, these are reclaimed ones as well. So these are off of shirts, work shirts or daughter's clothes and things. And then in here, I've got some lovely unicorn fabric that in too, the Christmas ones. And then wadding in this one, so that's boring, nothing to look at there. Oh, felt and templates. So felt as in fuzzy felt, and sort of paper templates for sometimes when I've drawn them out to sew different shapes and things. Scented is, I got a load of lavender and cinnamon sticks and things like that at one time to stuff little hearts and things. Zips and fastenings. It's a very big box for that, I think. Yeah, these boxes within boxes. Just keeps it looking tidy if I shove it in a box. Lace and doilies. Again, another phase I had was to make sewing things and then just add sort of little doily trims to them, or sew actual little round doilies on. So if I go to a, I've got a little one, yeah, look like this. So if I go to a little, what's the word, sort of bring and buy sale, or a sort of vintagey shop where they might have something like that, I pick them up when I see them. I haven't actually used any of those in ages. Embroidery, so embroidery threads, cross stitch bits and stuff. Scraps of fabric. I don't know if you want that much detail, but I guess you won't stay watching if you don't. So yeah, just fabric offcuts that are big enough to use for something else. And this one's sequins and just decorative bits and bobs. They're all in tubs. I think there's a lot of little beads and things. Yeah, I went through a phase where I was sewing those on things. And that's it really down here. And then in the cupboards they're a bit more messy, generally magazines and other stuff we want to hide away a bit more. Now some more buttons that don't fit in the other section. Papers and things. So yeah, there we go. Oh, and my chair, which is a bit bright, doesn't really go with anything else in here. Kind of goes with that cushion though, I suppose. Yeah, I got some fabric. I was going to cover this chair because there are sort of online, well, not patterns and such, but sort of tutorials. They basically say if you take off this fabric that comes on it, then you can kind of make yourself a pattern for a new chair. And my intention originally was to do that, but I've had it years and I haven't got around to doing it yet. So who knows if that will happen. And the last thing to show you in this corner is my little cart, my crafty cart, and bird, of course. Got stand up here. Got little Bertie boy sitting with me as well today. So yeah, just various knick-knack bits, ribbons, cottons and threads, scissors. And then down here, oh, these are my sort of needle rolls. So these have got knitting needles, straight needles, crochet hooks, spare crochet hooks, various different interchangeable bits and bobs, my little tripod in there, and project bags down here. Different project bags, so I've always got one to go with whatever I'm making. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all there is to show you. Oh, I didn't show you my So Sweet Violet butterflies that I got myself. That's a treat one year. Yeah, I thought when I've got my craft room and I've sorted it out up here, I shall get one of these to go on the wall. So I did. It's so pretty. And there's my So Sweet Violet butterflies. And just a picture that I got sent. Fabric remnants in the corner, bigger bits, there's nowhere else for them to go. Oh, and I've also got, that's a bag of Starcraft bits. And some stone washed little minis. Cute things. So those ones are for a blanket I'm making at the moment with granny squares. Bit of a long-term project. Oh, and this up in this corner is my lovely pot holder. That's so adorable. Again, that was another treat. That was a sort of Christmas present. Because it comes all the way from America, and I'm desperately trying to think of the name of the shop. It's by Heather. What is her shop called? Oh my goodness. I shall put it down below for you because I can't remember. But yeah, that was a special, very special treat. So that's got a pride of place in the craft room too. Let's give you a view of the other end of the craft room. That's more of a view you might be used to. That's generally what you see a little bit more on the podcast. There we go. That's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed having a little look around my craft room. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.